Hey true believers, it's Englentine here with a bit of a review for the Falcon #1. Yes, Falcon Legacy is here and we're all very, very excited for it, aren't we? And if you imagine the amount of times I talked about the Falcon since Secret Empire began, you would have to say yes, obviously, Englentine, you have been looking forward to this book for some time now, and you're right, I was. This was one of the books I'm actually interested in as far as Marvel Legacy is concerned, because I wanted to see if they were going to treat Sam Wilson as the Falcon with the same respect that they thought they were handing him as Captain America. And it turns out that they're giving Falcon the exact same amount of respect as they did when Sam Wilson was Captain America. Now, you know, that to me means not very much at all, but okay. So they're bringing him back to his roots. The Falcon has always been, or at least when he started, he was a character who would basically stay in Harlem, and he was it Brooklyn? Harlem. Yeah, Harlem. And he would deal with issues that basically, you know, it affected the black neighborhoods, or the minority neighborhoods as they're saying now. And they kind of returned to that. Except, I mean, they might as well put a stamp on the mayor's head that says, "The Man." You know, because the Falcon stops some gang violence. And the mayor comes out, and thank you very much. We'll make sure that these hooligans are locked up. And the Falcon says, well, locking them up will not solve the problem. I'm like, okay, I know what you're going for here, writer whose name I can't remember without looking up. So let me look it up here because I have it ready to go. Rodney Barnes. Okay, Rodney Barnes, a writer whom I can't remember unless I look up. I know what you're going for, because what you're trying to say is that it will take more than just locking them up. Of course, because usually the crime is a symptom of other things. However, locking them up will help. Getting the criminals off the street, that actually helps. So, yeah, I kind of cringed at that. And there's a lot of cringy things to it. This book is almost a master at being good and bad at everything. The writing has moments where you're like, wow, that's actually pretty good. And then it's not. And the art, you have moments where, wow, that looks really nice. And then it's bad. And it just keeps going. Oh, the action's pretty good. And then the Falcon with 100 guns in front of him, like, punches out and everybody goes flying, rather than one of them taking the gun and actually shooting it at him. You know, it just, oh, God. I mean, it's bad like that in places where it's just moments of, at least not brilliance, but at least moments of real comic bookness. Comic bookness just shines through, only to be slapped down. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. Only to be slapped down. Yeah, I talk with my hands a lot. So anyway, he decides, well, we're going to get these two gangs to make a truce. And that's what Falcon's doing right here. He bursts into this thing, and he's trying to get the leaders to make a truce. Okay, he sends Patriot off to the other gang to do the same thing. And they have their little speeches. We're going to go, and we're going to have truce. It's going to be good. Come on down. I know the Falcon doesn't talk with a deep southern accent like that, but wouldn't it be fun if he did? I bet he would get nowhere with the gangs. But I like this part because it's basically saying, okay, well, you know, the problem is them. You know, the problem isn't the systemic white man and everything's going wrong with the system, and the system is bad because the system makes the... No, people make their own damn choices. Oh, you're poor. Okay, are you going to work, try to make yourself better, or are you going to be part of a gang and shoot each other? You have a choice. Everybody has a choice. And there are moments where, like, this could have been all about the choice. You're making a bad choice. Stop doing that. But there are just moments where it's like, yeah, it's all out of your hands. It's not your fault. It isn't your fault that you are committing the crimes. It's not your fault that this happens this way. Now, we do join the Patriot, and we see that he's having a little bit of more of a problem. And I can understand that, because who the hell's the Patriot? I mean, even in this like, even though he's been on some superhero teams, you got to imagine that with all the superhero teams, it would be like baseball or basketball teams, football teams, where you might know your favorite. You might know the players on your favorite, but the other ones maybe you're not as familiar with. You know, it's got to be like that. So why would he be able to jump into this and break him up? But he does, of course, and he talks to him. And he says, hey, come on, we're going to have this little... Once again, I don't know why, you know, he would have this deep Mississippi accent, but we're going to have this little peace thing in the park. You're going to come on down. We're going to have everything good. And, you know, and they agree to it. And then you get this scene. And this scene pisses me off. Because the mayor's like, hey, you know you're not actually law enforcement. You go, well, my jurisdiction is in the whole United States. And the mayor's like, dude, you're not a freaking elected official. You had all this time to fix everything, and it should have been okay. And it was just, God, dude, you're not an elected official. Stop trying to order the mayor around. Just make sure there's security there, mayor. Why don't I just bust you for vigilantism right here? Why don't we do that? You know, that scene just pissed me so far off. Because, you know, it's like, oh, okay. He even makes the mayor makes a little sign like, hey, I'm going to make sure that your little powwow doesn't go down right because poof, I'm the man. And so what could have been a decent scene is ruined by the bigotry. Because it could have been, well, you know, I've heard that you've been going around. You're trying to, I appreciate that. Why don't we get together? We could see if we can bring peace to this. There are people in this that are wanted for crimes, and they will have to pay for their crimes, and that is non-negotiable. And then that might have actually led to something. Well, we can't do that if that happens, you know, and that might have been, but it would have been more intelligent. So, okay, at this point, I do want to talk about the art because I like this page. When I see this, I like this page. And once again, I said there's moments of brilliance in the art, but there's moments of not brilliance as well. And that's because at some point, you know, you get dynamic scenes like this, and then you get close up on them, and you realize, wow, the Falcon's like 90. I mean, you know, he looks like the old man he was supposed to be in Generations or something along those lines. And by the way, this scene right here is just a Prodigy commercial. It's real. Oh, I got to go download some Prodigy because he's good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, have a good time. I'm still going to be listening to Styx, Aerosmith, Iron Maiden, and Queen because they're actually awesome. But, you know, it's just this... And in this scene also, it's like, people focus on the murders, but we dance too. We have a good time. Well, yeah, because being able to go out to a club is the normal part. Shooting each other at an alarming rate is not. That's why it gets mentioned. You know, but once again, it doesn't want to give anybody agency. It doesn't want to give anybody a choice. So basically he comes up and he's got this powwow and he's like, I am the Falcon. Can you dig it? And he brings up the leaders as if it's going to be this big powwow. And it's almost like deifying him when, of course, what we always knew was going to happen happens. And one of them shoots the other. And I'm thinking, I saw it coming, but I couldn't believe that they actually went with it. The black guy shot the Hispanic guy. This is amazing. This is good. You're leading the story to where it should go. Awesome. Because this right here says what the problem is. You're choosing to commit a crime. It's horrible, but it's putting blame where the blame lies, in the criminal. And then you see everybody running. Falcon he's down on the ground, and we see the shooter rounding a corner. I go, no, 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 no. Don't, please. Don't do what you're about to do. He is the villain. You can even say it's society after a while, because something created this kid to make him do what he did. And then they bring on Blackheart. And I just was like, oh, God. You could have been talking about society, but instead of giving them their own agency, instead of making it their own fault, you bring in Blackheart. Oh, he's making everybody in Chicago want to kill each other. This really could have spoke to the violence in the city, but instead, and I hate to say it about a comic book, it went the comic book route. And that, I think, is sad. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Have you read the Falcon #1 yet? What did you think? Are you going to read it? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked it, I want to know why. Don't tell me you didn't understand the story, Mick. Just let me know exactly what I am missing. Okay? Put that in the comments below. If you hated it, put that in the comments below too, because I like getting my opinion reaffirmed just as everybody else does. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, click like, click share, share. And if you haven't done this already, hit subscribe and that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Also, we have a Patreon and a VIDME, so why don't you follow the links below, go drop $1 in the till. Help us keep the lights on. Help us keep making videos because, you know, hey, if you like what we do, we'd love to keep doing it. And to everyone who's done that, thank you very much. And to everyone, thank you very much for watching.